What's up guys, Blackscape here, and today we have some brand new Dragon Ball Super manga spoilers that have just recently come out, and I cannot wait to share with you guys because they take the story of Dragon Ball Super's manga in the direction that honestly I really wasn't expecting, because I thought this was a full-on revamp of the baby arc, but it looks like it's going to be, or it could have some elements of a story that Toriyama has told before, but not in manga format. You get what I'm saying? So sit back and relax, guys, because today we are going to be focusing on that. Also, quick shout out to my last video. If you guys didn't watch it, you guys haven't seen it, Goku from Dragon Ball Absalon versus Goku from Dragon Ball AF. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below and the top comment. Go ahead and check it out, guys. Let's go ahead and jump in. We begin this chapter on planet Cereal, of all places. Granola returns there. Now, I was under the impression that the Frieza Force destroyed his homeworld, but I guess they may have just wiped out all its residents 40 years ago. We find out that the gang that Granola has been hanging out with, they've actually rebuilt a new town and are trying to rebuild the civilization on his world for a new race that has lost their own planet to Frieza, and this race is called the Sugar People. So of course we're going to continue with the cereal references. These references, honestly, this is my favorite part, these references in the Dragon Ball Super manga right now, because I do like that Toyotaro is basically giving much needed attention to the food puns that we've been lacking since Dragon Ball Z. There really aren't that many in Dragon Ball Super, and this arc is chock full of them. Plus, it also shows that the Hida clan, even though they want Granola out of the picture, he's the last of the Cerealians, they aren't really bad people. They probably have their own motives for rebuilding the systems that the Frieza Force destroyed, which is really cool storytelling, but they are still rebuilding the cities and stuff. So they're rebuilding these civilizations and giving homes to lost civilizations, which honestly, even if they have ulterior motives, is a really honorable thing to do. Granola is on good terms with the Sugar People, but he doesn't live with them. He lives off in the hills, in the mountains, on his own, up in the remains of one of the last cities that are basically left in ruins, just to keep reminding himself of what he's lost. I think that Granola honestly is becoming one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball, because they are taking a very Star Wars route with him. Like, there are so many Mandalorian vibes when it comes to Granola that it is impossible to not see them once you actually have seen The Mandalorian, with him being one of the last of his people, having lost his home, being a bounty hunter, a mercenary. I don't know, maybe at some point he's gonna get like a little baby Saiyan to take care of. That would be kind of interesting. That would be actually really crazy to think about, if he got a little baby Saiyan, like a lost baby Saiyan to take care of. Meanwhile, we get to the meat of what we wanted to see, at least in my opinion. I like the Granola stuff, but I do want to see what Beerus is going to teach Vegeta, and what he's about to teach Vegeta is a new technique, and he begins this whole lesson by asking him about the Saiyans and asking how many planets they destroyed. And Vegeta says that the Saiyans were born for combat, but only started destroying planets on a regular basis once they joined up with Frieza, kind of giving all the blame to Frieza and his evil schemes, which is something that Beerus actually notices, and he says, "Are you trying to blame the Saiyan sins on Frieza?" And Vegeta's like, "No, the King Vegeta, he started his quest of authority, but ultimately that led to the destruction of the Saiyans, because then he had to make a deal with Frieza." So what I'm thinking this means is that the Saiyans were already kind of conquering maybe nearby worlds, or maybe even their own home world. They had destroyed the people that were on there, maybe alluding to the Tuffles, but not really saying the Tuffles. And once they conquered the planet, or conquered the solar system, that's when Frieza came in and made them an offer they could not refuse. So it was the Saiyans' fate to be destroyed? Beerus finds the idea stupid. Vegeta's puzzled. Beerus said he was going to show him a God of Destruction technique So what's that have to do with the Saiyans past? Beerus says it's deeply related. Guys, this panel right here gives us insight into exactly where this is going, because it feels like this is going toward Yamoshi. So if you guys don't know the story of Yamoshi, real quick, he was one of the good Saiyans and he fought off the evil Saiyans. He turned into a Super Saiyan God, and yet he still lost the fight because he was overwhelmed by the planet's inhabitants, the evil Saiyans. It's basically a struggle between evil and good Saiyans. I know I kind of like summarized it very quickly, and I've made many videos on this in the past, and I've reviewed the fan manga of it, so I mean, you guys can go ahead and check those out. Just search on my channel. But that's essentially it. That's what Beerus is alluding to, that the Saiyans didn't need to go down this path of destruction. They didn't need to do this. They could have been good Saiyans like the ones from Universe 6, but they chose that path. They had a choice. But who was the one that lost the fight and basically gave the choice away to the evil Saiyans? And that was Yamoshi. Now, Yamoshi is a character that we have never seen in Dragon Ball Super, and Akira Toriyama made up almost on a whim to talk about, you know, the Saiyan origins and stuff, adding more fluff. Along with S-Cells, he talked about it. So this could be alluding to the fact that we're about to see not only Yamoshi, but get a deeper understanding into what the Super Saiyan God transformation is. And maybe, just maybe, this Super Saiyan God form will be elevated to the point that I want it to be, because I feel like Super Saiyan Blue overshadowed God, and I would have liked to see God have more, because God seems like the most versatile version of those God transformations, in my opinion. It has way more techniques, it has way more mysterious elements to it, and I like it a lot more. So if this technique is something that is connected to the Saiyans, it's deeply related to the Saiyan origins, then that means that either A, Beerus learned this technique from the Saiyans, but that wouldn't make much sense since he said this was a God of Destruction technique, and since the Saiyans were only alive like 40 or so years ago, I don't know if that would have been enough time for him to learn that technique and make it a God of Destruction technique. Or B, he did learn it from the Saiyans, and the Saiyan heritage goes back way further than Granola, and it goes back, which is something that Yamoshi is like thousands of years ago, and that is where Beerus learned the technique. Or C, Beerus taught Yamoshi this technique, and that is why it is deeply related to the Saiyans. So those are the three things. I think it's one of those, and I am sure that we're going to find out soon. I'm excited. This is awesome. I've been waiting forever to get Yamoshi, and it looks like we may actually finally get him. So cutting back to Granola, he's in a shop where we see like this fish guy that looks sort of like a sentient version of the Oracle fish, and we find out that Granola has lived in the mountains with a guy named Gramps who has lived over 500 years, and it's unclear whether this is his grandpa or not, but the way they're talking about Gramps, it doesn't seem like he's another Cerulean, because it's talking about his race as in like the third person kind of, so he probably is not another Cerulean. He's just somebody that he calls Gramps, which kind of sounds like Goku and his grandpa. A very cool parallel there. And toward the ending of this, we find out that the Sugar people really like Gramps and Granola. They appreciate the fact that they're there, and they have no hostilities toward him, and they actually fix his technology. They fix his ship, they do repairs on it, so Granola has like a symbiotic relationship with these guys, and the fact that they are on his home planet. And it makes emphasis that Granola is actually very popular with these people, so it's going to be interesting to see how they make this guy into a villain. I don't think that's the direction they're going. Again, huge Mandalorian vibes. This guy is basically the Mandalorian version in Dragon Ball, the Mandalorian in Dragon Ball. So I'm not sure how they're going to go about this. I think that they're going to go about a revenge story where he will try to kill Frieza. He may try to attack the Saiyans, but unless something changes where he transforms into a more evil thing, which is possible, he could transform into a more evil character. I like the way they're going right now, so I'm hoping that they don't make him like mustache twirling evil guy. I hope that they keep some sense of his respectability and the fact that we relate to him. Very relatable character. Cannot wait to see more of this, and I will have the full manga review whenever it drops. And if you made it to this point of the video, you are now part of the hashtag End a Video Squad. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure to drop that comment with that hashtag for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today I am going to be responding to Mr. Cash XD. You should do a vid on Bardock's dad and older brother. I'm not sure if they are canon or not, but it's a cool concept. I don't know anything about Bardock's dad or older brother. I'd have to really look into it. If you have any idea what he's talking about, or you're watching this video and want to elaborate, let me know in the comment section below and I'll see exactly what fan manga, I'm assuming, project you're talking about. Thank you so much for your comment, Mr. Cash. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.